It's a rainy day today. Doesn't look like good barbecue weather, but regardless, today I'm going to make some chicken and turkey Sosaties, and I am going to show you exactly how to do that. So to make these delicious Sosaties, this is what you're going to need. But before I start with this, you might be thinking, what on earth is a Sosati? Well, a Sosati, it's traditional South African cuisine, and a Sosati is, I suppose, what you would call like a chicken skewer or a chicken kebab. So you are going to need to have, this is going to be for 8, to make 8 Sosaties. So you're going to need to have 8 skewers. I've got these bamboo skewers. And obviously you're going to need to have some chicken and, well, I'm using turkey. Turkey's going to be a bit of an experiment. But yeah, so I've got this ready. I'm going to cut those into blocks, which I'll show you later. And I have got some capsicum, which I've cut up into 16 pieces, about that size. I've got 8 pickling onions, and I've got 1 other large onion, which I have chopped up quite finely. I am going to need to have, I'll get these out here, 24 dried apricots, because this is going to give it, oh, just that extra little punch. I'm going to need to have, let me see, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and I'm going to have 3 tablespoons of vinegar. I've only got my Japanese vinegar, but I will be using that. If you've got normal vinegar, you don't have to use the Japanese one. It's only because that's all I've got. You're going to have 1 tablespoon of sugar, half a teaspoon of pepper, half a teaspoon of salt. You're going to have, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, tablespoon of curry powder. You're going to put in 2 tablespoons of fruit chutney. This is my homemade fruit chutney. And you're going to put in either 2 chopped cloves of garlic and 1 thumb-sized piece of ginger, but I've got this ginger garlic mixture which I shall be using instead, so I'm going to be putting in about roughly a tablespoon of that. So, I'm not sure if I mentioned the half a teaspoon of ground coriander. So what we're going to do first of all is we are going to make a curry sauce. So I'm going to show you how to make the curry sauce. So the first thing you're going to do for your curry sauce is you're going to put the 2 tablespoons of cooking oil into your wok or pot or pan or whatever you're going to use to make the sauce in, and then add in the chopped onion, and you're going to let that start to saute until it gets a little bit transparent. While your onion is sauteing, the pickling onions, you are going to chop them in half. The onion is now starting to make happy sizzling noises. Right, so they chopped in half. I'm now going to take my pieces of chicken and turkey, and I am going to cut them into blocks. It's best to use like the breast fillet or the thigh fillet. You don't want chicken on the bone. I'm now going to add in the 3 tablespoons of vinegar. 3 tablespoons of vinegar is in. Now I'm going to put in 1 tablespoon of sugar. Give it a bit of a stir. added in a tablespoon of minced garlic and ginger, 1 tablespoon of curry powder has gone in, smells heavenly. I've just added in the 2 tablespoons of my homemade chutney, but you can just use any normal chutney. I'm going to add in half a cup of water. And turn the heat down now so it can start to simmer. And now I'm going to add in the 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, the half a teaspoon of coriander powder, half a teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of pepper. All my spices are in. I'm now going to just mix this all together, and it's on a very, very low heat to simmer. And it smells absolutely divine. And this is now going to be put aside while I prepare the kebabs, the skewers. You can see that you've created probably more of a curry paste than a curry sauce, but that's great because when you put this on your chicken kebabs to make your Sosaties, the chicken will give off liquid which will join in with this, and it will make it not as thick as it is now. So now it's time to build these chicken kebabs. I've got a nice container which is, it's long enough to be able to handle the skewer. I've got my 24 pieces of dried apricot. So because I'm going to be making 8 of these skewers, that means that there's going to be 3 apricots. You can just do the maths. You're going to have 3 apricots on each skewer. You're going to have 2 onions on each, pieces of onion on each skewer, and you're going to have 2 pieces of capsicum on each skewer. And you can either do all chicken or all turkey. I'm going to do a combination, see how it goes. And how much of this you put on depends on how many blocks you've managed to make. So I'll make one now and then show you. So I've made one now, so you can see it's a good idea to always start off with a piece of capsicum because it's quite solid and it keeps everything together. And then you just put on 1 piece of your meat and then, yeah, alternate it with either a piece of onion or a dried apricot, and then end off with another piece of capsicum. So I'm going to prepare these 8 now. So here are my completed chicken and turkey skewers. I made them quite big, so I only had enough meat for 6. You can see they're like really very, very big if you look at my hand next to it. Right, now I'm going to put that curry sauce that I made that smells so divine over this. So I'm going to cover them all. Right, I've coated them in that delicious sauce. Now I am going to cover this container in cling wrap and put it in the fridge, and I'm going to leave it in overnight. Tomorrow morning I will just turn them over and they'll be ready to eat later in the day, once I cook them, of course. You can't eat raw chicken. Covered in cling wrap and now, or plastic wrap, whatever you call it in your country, and now ready to go into the fridge and marinate. It's not a good day for barbecue. It's not wet outside at the moment, but look at that sky. Rain is imminent. Definitely not a day for a barbecue, so I think I'm going to grill these Sosaties inside in my oven instead. That sky is heavy. So I've just taken my Sosaties out of the fridge. Let's have a look and see what they look like. Lovely. See, they've been marinating in this sauce that I made, this curry sauce. So I'm going to I'm going to give a friend of mine 2 of these, and the others I'm going to put into my grill and cook them in my oven. They should be going outside on the barbecue, but seriously. I'm wrapping up 2 of them to give to a friend of mine. And while it's grilling in the oven, time for apple cider. Just taking them out of the oven and about to turn them over and then pop them back in again for another couple of minutes. So here they are, lovely Sosaties, fresh out of my oven because I didn't barbecue because the weather was a bit funny, and ready to eat, and they smell absolutely divine. Now, this is just one curry sauce that you can make. You can actually just make your favorite curry sauce if you want, but the big thing for making it a Sosati, besides marinating the skewer in the curry sauce, is to be putting in the apricots, the dried apricots. That's what makes it absolutely special. So, have this with a salad, and yep, this is my Sunday lunch, so I'm about to enjoy this. The recipe is in the description below. So if you could like, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell to be warned of my upcoming videos, that will be amazing. And please comment below, let me know if you try this recipe and how well it works. And yeah, subscribe. It always helps an old lady to grow her YouTube channel. So I will see you on my next adventure, and stay safe.